Hey, it's Amber with the White Dog Farm. And I was thinking, you have it in you today to do something that is incredibly powerful, life-changing, so powerful. It can literally change somebody else's life. It can change your life. And you already can do it today. It requires zero skill. It requires no knowledge, no skill, anybody out there can do it, and they can do it starting today, starting now. You know what that is? You can build people up. You can build other people up and encourage other people. You can be an encourager. How cool is that? Because you know what? We live in a crazy world where people seem to enjoy putting other people down. They do. And it's not even just online. It's easy to blame social media. And that is definitely, they are an outrage mob and they totally like to tear people down. Absolutely. But it's in real life too. And I have encountered it in just about every walk of life that I have been engaged in. I used to be, some of you don't know this, some of you do, I used to be a firearms instructor with 88 Tactical. And I was always amazed at, first of all, there's a lot of instructors out there who are so full of themselves. Oh my goodness, they are so full, they think they are just, I don't know, the best ever. And they're okay. Okay, they may not be bad, but they're not all that. And then there are students who think that they are all that. I was always, as an instructor, I was always amazed at how many people would pay good money to come to a class, supposedly to learn something, and then wouldn't listen to anything you said. And after a while, I just kind of developed the attitude of, okay, weekend warrior, I'll take your money and let you play. When you want to learn something, let me know. Because there were a lot of students who just simply would not listen to any instruction from myself, from the other instructors. They knew it all. Okay. So I've found that in the church. Yeah. I am probably notorious for saying that I don't like pastors. I know. I've been married to a pastor for 40 some odd years, right? Yeah, it is rare. Sadly, I am not happy about this, but sadly it is, really hard for me to find too many pastors that I like, because there are so many of them that are full of themselves. To put it bluntly, they are. I don't know if the ministry attracts people like that or if it creates people like that. I don't know what it is, but it is everywhere. And I have zero tolerance for it in the church. I don't like arrogance in anybody, anywhere, anytime. But in the church and in the ministry, I cannot tolerate it. That is the last place it should be. Fortunately, there are good pastors out there. I have a very good pastor right now. My husband was a good pastor. If he had been full of himself, I would have put him in his place. But there are a lot of them out there. So be careful if you're looking for a church. Make sure your pastor is not full of himself. Because I don't know about those people. But anyway, beekeeping, yes. Now, there are a lot of beekeepers that are great people and very helpful, and they are more than happy to go out of their way to help other people. But there are those who like to think that they are the best and the most knowledgeable, and if you're not doing it their way, you're stupid. In fact, when I first got into beekeeping, I probably shouldn't say this on video, but I'm going to. But if you know where I got my bees, then you know. I won't say the name, but if you know, you know. But when I first got my bees, very first year beekeeping, I did all the things you were supposed to do. I joined a bee club. I went to a beekeeping class for beginner beekeepers. I read books. I watched videos. I did lots of research. I did all the stuff that you're supposed to do as a new beekeeper. I did that before I got my bees. That's a really good thing to do, by the way. Then I went to get my bees, and I am picking up bees. And if you've never been a beekeeper and you've never been in the position of picking up thousands of bees and taking them home in your car, you know, it's a little intense. And I really wanted to make sure that I was doing everything right, and that when I got them home, that I was going to be doing it right. So I asked a question of the person who owned this shop where I got my bees. I just asked a question. I thought I knew the answer, but I was new. I never did this before. I just wanted to make sure that when I got these live creatures home with me, that I did what I was supposed to do and that I did it right. So I asked a question just to clarify. And he looked at me and he said, "Well, you must not know anything." And I didn't say anything because I try to be a nice person. But I thought, yeah, I know I'm never going to spend another dime here. I will drive before I spend another dime here. And I haven't been back, and I won't. If there is any other place I can get what I need, I won't go there again. But yeah, but on the other hand, when I went to that beekeeping class, I met a guy who, his name is Mick. Great guy, just another beekeeper. Super nice guy, super helpful. He came over and helped me out when I got started. And when he came, you know what he did? He brought me a jar of his honey. And he said, "I just brought this to encourage you so that you wouldn't get discouraged and quit." And I said, "Thank you." I said, "When I get honey, I will give you a jar of my honey." And he said, "I'm going to hold you to it." That is the kind of person that you can be. See the difference? One tears down and one builds up and encourages and helps the other person to achieve whatever goals they are trying to achieve. You can do that. You can be that kind of person. You and I have that in us right now to be able to do that with somebody else. So I'm going to challenge you. Look around. Be looking, be aware of the people that you come in contact with, that you have an opportunity to lift them up and encourage them, and help, be creative in thinking about. I mean, like, who would have thought he would have brought me a jar of honey so I wouldn't get discouraged and quit? You know, I mean, how not? That's something I will not forget. And you can do that for somebody. Maybe it's not honey, maybe it's something else, but you can do that. Be thinking of things that you can do with the people that you come in contact with in your daily life, and go make this crazy world that we find ourselves in, go make it a little bit better. All right? Go make it a good day. Go make somebody else's day a good day too. Okay? Talk to you later.